Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, where every single Friday morning I post a video going through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. But before we get started, we got to thank today's video sponsor, and that is Arizona TCG. If you guys have a couple graded cards or a ton of graded cards you're looking to sell, or maybe if you're looking to buy some graded cards, Arizona TCG is perfect for you. All you have to do is send them your graded cards. That is it. They're going to take professional scans, then they're going to post on their massive weekly eBay auctions. And they always got some bangers on here. We got an Umbreon VMAX PSA 10. We got a Lily Full Art from Ultra Prism PSA 10. And the best part about all this is they charge almost the exact same amount as if you started your own eBay store and did it yourself. But this eBay store already has 100% positive feedback with over 10,000 cards sold. You can also have full control over your cards, change it to buy it now, do whatever, track everything. This is honestly the easiest and best way to sell your cards. So the next time I get a big lot in, I'm definitely just sending it over to Arizona TCG. The link is in the description. Definitely check them out. All right, let's get to the video. Starting off with the Celebrations Premium Playmat Collection. Now it's funny, I seen this thing in stores forever. I seen it on sale. It just sat. I always felt like maybe way down the road it's going to do pretty good just because it's just so Pikachu heavy, and having all those Pikachus on one card is pretty sweet, but it's actually going down in price, just the last 6 months, even though we got one for 65 here, but I've been seeing them consistently sell for $50 to $55 on eBay. But yeah, down to the mid 50s. Let's see, we got a few more sales here. 56, something about 272, 51, 59, 52. So yeah, mid 50s. Not a ton of them are selling, but right now the market is so hot that a lot of stuff is not going down. We got the Crown Zenith Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box Plus. And this thing's actually going down pretty steadily, like 123 months ago. Now it's, let's see here, 107. We got 190 with the picture, 115, 117, 117, 107. I've seen a couple on eBay for about 110 bucks. So, I mean, that's good. I would like to pick up a few of these if they could get a little bit cheaper, because you're getting probably the most packs. Yeah, 12 packs for Crown Zenith, which would probably be the most out of any of the other boxes. I think the Zacian figure box has a good amount too, but I don't think it's 12. So again, I really hope this thing gets below $100. I would love to pick up a few of these bad boys. Next, XY Evolutions. Now I really think these are some of the most beautiful ETBs we've ever gotten. I'm not the biggest fan of the Evolution set. It's a good idea. It just, I don't know. I don't even like the reprints of the Charizards that much. Some of the mega cards are pretty cool, but again, not like the craziest. But it was $230 3 months ago, and now these sales are all under 200. 190, 190, 193, 190. Not bad, This thing was, let's see if they even have it here. It's been a while. 230 here. It was pretty expensive, so I would love to pick these up. I do not have these yet. I would love to display these for my collection. So, especially you got Charizard and you got Blastoise. So let's see the last sales for Blastoise. 174, 180, 180, 185. Not bad. We're getting into the realm of like Hidden Fates ETB, so pretty solid price, honestly. Especially because the booster box isn't going down at all. The booster box, I want to say, is still like $700, $800 with, no sales below that. So I don't think this is a bad pickup at all. I would love to get these. All right, next, and speaking of Hidden Fates, we got the Hidden Fates ETB. One of my favorite ETBs. Love this thing. All 3 birds. We got the stained glass promo, and it's the Hidden Fates set, the best modern shiny set, in my opinion. I know Paldean Fates does have the illustration rares, but still, I believe Hidden Fates is a much stronger set. And it's going down a little bit, not a ton. Was 176, down to last few sales, 169, 160, 178, 173, 161. We got a 159 there. If this thing gets to like 150, 140, I'm going to get as many as I can. I love this box. All right, next we got XY Primal Clash booster box. Now I love this booster box, but this just proves, not every booster box just goes up forever. They'll go up and down, up and down, up and down. I know a lot of Pokemon investors, I feel like, don't talk about that very often, but almost every booster box has gone up and trickled down a little bit, gone up, gone down. Like, it just happens. I don't think it's going to go down a ton, but it was 625 at its, I think it's actually its year high. Yeah. Now, a bunch of sales at 550, 560, 599. That was a while ago. Not very many sales. Next, XY Roaring Skies booster box. Same thing, 626. Not going down a ton, but the last sale was $5.99. This is a cool set too. I really, really like the set. Beautiful box also. So really not a ton of sealed Pokemon boxes going down right now. We're going to take a little look at this card here. This is the new Greninja EX. We got a few sales that they're honestly all over the place, but we had a couple high ones here at $300. And I seen that right away and I was like, I really hope he didn't pay close to that 300. That means the best offer was accepted, but I'm still guessing maybe like 250-ish or something. But 220 there, best offer, 200. Someone got one for 200, best offer, 80, 145, best offer, 179. Yeah, I just wanted to check the price on this card. I feel like this is the most popular card for the Twilight Masquerade set since they really dropped the ball on the Ogerpon cards. But 180 right there, best offer. So I think it's going to keep going down. I would not buy that right now at all. Just, I think it'll be a $100 card soon, and then a $90, $80, $70 card. It'll probably, if I had to guess, probably sit around a $75 card. That would be my guess. Yeah, let me know down below what your guys' favorite card is from the new Twilight Masquerade set. Is it the new Greninja? I'm very, very curious. I also wanted to mention, thank you guys so much for all the support. It really blows my mind. That's why I comment back to every single person. So if you like this content, subscribe, notification bell, hit that like, eBay store, Instagram, all that. I really, really appreciate it. All right, next, the Groudon. Not going down a ton, but I've been watching this thing because I really, really want it. I don't have this card yet. The highest sale was $37 raw here, and the last few sales, 34, 34, 29, 34, 35, 35, 36, 35. So hopefully it gets back down to like a $30, $25 card. Because in my opinion, this is one of the best illustration rares we've ever gotten. And this of Groudon, it's just so beautiful. I cannot wait to see the Kyogre. My main complaint of this card, imagine if it was a special illustration rare with some texture. I feel like this would be one of the most expensive cards in the Scarlet and Violet era. It's so beautiful. All right, next we got Temporal Forces. Not looking good. So the Iron Crown is just chilling out. Raging Bolt is also kind of chilling. It's got a few sales under $50. 47, 47, 53, 48. Someone got a 43 one down there. Not bad. But the rest, like, no joke. All going down. Morty's Conviction going down. This card was $91. $91. Last sold 48. 44. 39 for Lightly Played. 49. So, yeah. I always feel bad for people when they spend a ton of money on cards when it's just, you know, a new set, super hyped up. You will almost always lose money. There's only been a few times where you really don't lose money, and that's like, you know, the Umbreon VMAX, some super special alternate arts, and, you know, stuff like that. But even Gouging Fire here, EX, 53, 39, 38, 38. So, yeah, it's not looking good. Check Walking Wake here. 39, 38, 37. Pretty rough. And I think they're going to go down a little bit more. You know, this card right here, 37, 37. Honestly, I could see these being, this is my guess for prices in a couple months. The Iron Crown's going to be about $50. Raging Bolt will be $30. Morty's Conviction will be $20, $25. Gouging Fire will be $20, $25. Walking Wake around that same price. Iron Leaves could even be, I could see that one being around $20. I don't know why. This is just my guess. But if you compare it to other special illustration rares from older sets, they just don't do very good right now because everything else is so hyped. I mean, the Iron Boulder, which I do agree this is probably the worst art for the special illustration rares, is already $20. Ooh, I wanted to check that Ghastly too. This card got hyped up pretty big here. $31 down to 19. Let's check some more sales here. This is a card that I would love to pick up if it got to $5, $10. This is definitely a card I'd love to just stock up on. You know, I'd love to have like 10 copies of this. It's beautiful. It has all 3 evolutions in it. It's top tier illustration rare. So 17, 20, 18. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit still. Such a cool card. Love that Meowth in it. So yeah, everything in Temporal Forces is pretty much going down. And finally, Paldean Fates, we got the Charizard EX. Finally, like, really dropping here. Last few sales, $98. And I think it's going to stay, below $100. I think it'll be a 90, maybe even $80 card. I think it is a pretty cool card. It has grown on me a lot, but it reminds me of the Red Eyes Black Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! It's definitely better than the Obsidian Flames art, like for sure. The colors just really, really pop on it. And I feel like they do a better job at hiding the crown. So solid card. Hopefully it gets down to like $80, $90 so everybody can pick it up. The Gardevoir, I really think will be under $40 here soon. 44, 45, 46. So Gardevoir is definitely dropping. And in my opinion, it's the best art in the set. And I want to check the Pikachu. I haven't checked that one yet. That one was 45, now 44. That sold 37, 42. I definitely think these cards are honestly a little overpriced and completely hyped up. I really think this is going to be a $20 baby shiny here in the next 3 months or something like that. Once we get a few more good sets coming in. So even the, Pidgey for being that expensive. And in my opinion, all of the Hidden Fates baby shinies look better than these. These are a little more cartoony. The Hidden Fates ones look a lot more realistic, which you guys know I love the more realistic arts. So, all right, next, 151. And we got the Charizard going down, 107. We got a sale at $99, 111, 111, 92, 115. So pretty good if we're getting a few under $100. I know a lot of people still need this card, so hopefully it drops down to $80, $90 so everybody can get it for their collection. I feel like it has a chance. Wanted to check the other 3 starters here. My boy Blastoise here. 44, last sold 39, 42, 38, so getting below 40. Not bad. I actually want to check the Zapdos, because in my opinion, I think this Zapdos is probably the best art in the entire 151 set. Just because it has the other 2 birds in there, it really cannot be beat. I also think the Alakazam has very, very good art also. But this thing, 33, 34. So we got a lightly played for 29, 34, 28. So not really down a ton at all. Just a couple bucks, if anything. Love this card. This is a card I would love to stock up on. I really hope 151 gets a little cheaper. I really don't think it will, which sucks, because there's so many beautiful cards that I would love to get a bunch of. Next, we got the Giratina V from Lost Abyss. Now, I know a lot of people are getting interested in this because the English version is getting so crazy. So in a PSA 10, this thing was $728 in March of 2024, all the way down to $585. That's in a PSA 10. Raw was $450 in April. Now it's $370. So I'm not the biggest Japanese collector at all, but if this card got to $250, $300, I would totally buy this card. It's that beautiful of a card to where, down the road, I'll get my English version. I just want this card now. So hopefully it keeps going down a little bit. I feel like it might not go down a ton more because people are going to start doing this. They're going to want to get this card. They can't get it in English, so they're going to get it in Japanese. So I could really see this thing going down, hopefully a tiny bit more. And then I really think it'll just go right back up. Not as much as the English version, but pretty close. So like I said, if this thing gets to 300, 250, that would be amazing. I know so many people would want to just scoop that up. Such a cool card. Next, Eevee Heroes. So let's check out the Umbreon. I'm sure a lot of people are not even sure on the prices here. Let's get rid of 9s so it's not so messy. We got PSA 10 was $2,765 in February of 2024. Now it is $2,095. So it lost $700 there in a pretty short amount of time. Now raw was $2,000. Now it's $1,625. So still more expensive than the English version, but not a ton. Let's check the Glaceon VMAX here, which is the second most expensive one here. Get rid of these 9s again. Clean it up. So the PSA 10 was $700 in January. Now it's $356 in a PSA 10. Wow. But raw is $500. How does that work? Let's see here. Grade $356. So prices are going down. No auction, $474. So not a ton of sales, but yeah, weird. Raw was $326. So I don't know. Maybe somebody bought one at $500. Yeah, someone just must have bought one at $500 to try to make the market jump. But yeah, it's probably a $300 card. And, a lot of times for Japanese cards, the PSA 10 is not worth a ton more than the raw card. just because the quality is so nice. So I want to check the Umbreon V. Very curious on what's going on here. Let's see here. PSA 10 was $329. All the way down to $109. I don't know. That's weird. All the way up to $255 and then down to $180 and leveling out about $200. Very weird. All over the place. Raw was $170. Now it's $130. So kind of crazy. It's fun to look at the other versions, you know, and see how the prices are just completely different. We'll check one more for EV Heroes. But yeah, if you guys didn't know, Japanese, they really don't get a ton of promos like we do in the US. So the Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon are actually in the set itself. But it looks like the Glaceon is the cheapest. And it does look like a lot of the evolutions are cheaper for Japanese than they are in English. So, you know, a lot of people do not care about the language. They just want the card. So not bad. A lot of good options. Next, Blue Sky Stream. You know, we had to get the other Evolving Skies Alt Arts. So the Rayquaza VMAX here looks like it was $2,554 in a PSA 10, all the way down to $1,800. That's why you do not buy cards, you know, just a few years out when it's just this hyped. It's just so sketchy. You just never really know what's going to happen. And let's see here. Raw was $700 down to $225. So not a ton of sales raw. A lot of graded sales. Cool card. I like Rayquaza a lot. I really don't love the beams in this one, but I do love that he's facing forward. That is the one problem I don't like about the other one. You know, he's facing away, but it is a cool art. And with the trainer there, it almost feels like a really fancy trainer gallery in my opinion. We will take a little look at this. Let's see here, $460 in a PSA 10, down to $222, back up to $280. Raw is down to $170 from $200. So not bad. Gotta check my boy Dragonite. Love this card. I always feel like this card is so undervalued. I think it should be one of the most expensive cards. Look at that, only $272 in a PSA 10. And now it's $190. Let's see here. Raw was $180, $190, down to $120, back up to $140. So not too bad. Not a lot else in this set for alt arts. So all right, next we got Paradox Rift. Now this is my favorite Scarlet and Violet set, besides 151 probably. But Roaring Moon, beautiful card. A lot of these cards in their PSA versions are going down in price. Crazy price during pre-release. $250 all the way down to $173. Raw's been pretty chill, right around $60-70 bucks. And the Groudon, I'm curious on the PSA 10 on this one. I had a feeling this one was going to be going up. $180, $117, $109, all the way up to $160. So that's pretty good for an illustration rare, especially for Raw. It's only what, 30 bucks, $35. So not too bad. The Iron Valiant, I believe the PSA 10 is going down on that too. $290, $240, $95, $95. So yeah, about $100 in a PSA 10. Another cool card, quite a few Pokemon in it. And the Altaria, one of my favorite special illustration rares. I am obsessed with this card. It was $173 in the PSA 10, all the way down to $90, $89.99. And Raw, it's been around the same thing, 20 to 30 bucks. Yeah, it was $40 when it first came out. Love this art so much. So clean, so realistic. The Garchomp. This card is growing on me. I don't have this card, but I just seen it in person, and it really looks much, much better in person. Some cards do. Some cards, you know, it looks the same. But I'm telling you, this card in person really, really pops. PSA 10, $200. You know, down to $93, $80. And I think that's the same thing that's going to happen with Temporal Forces. You know, all those PSA prices, I didn't put them on today, but they're all starting to go down to, it's just going to happen. It's just inevitable. It's just because these are newer sets. But now Paradox Rift, you know, is getting to be, you know, a little bit on the older side with Paldea Evolved and stuff like that. So that's when you're going to see the prices fall. Very curious on the Tapu Koko. Would love to get a bunch of these in a PSA 10. Because I feel like if you watch the anime at all, I mean, Tapu Koko is pretty legit. I liked him in the show. But yeah, I went up a little bit, $60. I think I'm going to definitely pick up a few of these. $48, man. I would have definitely bought that in a PSA 10. Raw is only $15. Such a beautiful card. So yeah, I honestly think it's a great time right now to start picking up some of these Scarlet and Violet cards in a PSA 10. They're just so cheap. Yes, they're not the hardest to pull. I think Temporal Forces, I believe, has the hardest pull rates. So you never know, maybe some of those cards will do really, really good down in the future. But again, they're all remakes of really popular Pokemon. And I haven't really heard anybody say they love the remake more than the original. I don't think I've actually heard anybody say that so far. So I don't know. I don't know how good those are going to do. That's why I myself, I'm going to be getting the Pokemon that I know are really popular and that I love. But for my collection anyways, I'm getting every single illustration rare and special illustration rare. Not trainers. I don't collect trainers. But then for like my investment wise, that's when I want to stock up on like Tapu Koko EX, Garchomp EX, you know, Pokemon that have been popular and around for a really long time, like the Altaria and stuff like that. But all right, that was this week's Pokemon Falling Friday. So if you guys do see anything moving up or down in the market, please let me know. The more information we got, the better these videos are going to be. And like I said before, if you like this content, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a like. It helps out so much. My Instagram, my eBay store, and definitely check out Arizona TCG. I promise you will not be disappointed. And if you guys want to check out my last What If Wednesday, click this video right here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.